Alright, so picture this. You're swiping on Tinder or Hinge, and one night you suddenly match with a girl you find interesting earlier. You then send her a message looking to spark up a conversation, and she replies. Now what follows is a day or two back and forth conversation until you muster up the courage to ask her out on a date. But then she either flakes or gives you an excuse about being busy, and you never end up meeting her at all. Sound familiar? Well, here's what's actually happening behind the scenes. Right at the moment she thought you may be a worthy candidate for something more serious, she went into a full stalker mode and scanned all your socials, mainly your Instagram, and if your profile didn't back up what you were selling on the app, she unconsciously put you in the non-serious category and probably keeps up the conversation just for entertainment, if at all. You see, the competition in online dating is fierce, and most girls worth the effort have dozens of guys in their inbox looking to meet up, which means that even one flaw in your online presence can completely destroy your chances of actually going out on a date. So the question is, how do we fix this? Well, if you couldn't tell by now, the answer is using Instagram strategically to make your dating apps actually work, not just posting random photos and hoping for the best. I'm talking about building an Instagram presence that converts your matches into women who are genuinely excited to meet you. And trust me, this is way more important than you may think. So in this video, I'll be showing you exactly why dating apps alone aren't enough and how Instagram fills in the gap where dating apps fall short, and a step-by-step system to build a social media presence that will become the backbone of your dating life. Let's go ahead and get started. Now, let me start by addressing the fundamental problem with relying solely on dating apps. And look, I'm not saying dating apps are useless. They're actually pretty incredible and powerful when used correctly, but when you use them in isolation, you're fighting an uphill battle. Because here's the reality, and that is dating apps have limitations that make success difficult for the average man. First, there's the algorithm factor. We all know that dating apps use systems that determine how many people see your profile. And if you're not getting engagement, your visibility decreases and creating a downward spiral that's hard to break out of. But here's where it gets more challenging. And that is, research shows that the average man on Tinder gets around a 2.5% match rate. That means out of 100 swipes, you might be getting 2 to 3 matches if you're performing at the average level. But of those matches you do get, studies indicate that roughly 10% or less actually lead to dates within a given month. So you're looking at having to swipe through hundreds of profiles just to get a handful of matches and then hoping that one of those converts into an actual date. But here's the real kicker, and that is, even when you do match with somebody, you're immediately thrown into competition with dozens of other men messaging her at the same time. We all know that very attractive women get tons of messages and tons of matches, which means that you have to send out in a crowded inbox where most conversations never progress beyond the first message. The math really is not that encouraging. Even if you're getting average results, you're looking at a significant time investment in swiping and messaging for relatively few actual dating opportunities. Now, the issue isn't that dating apps don't work, because we all know that's not true. It's that they work best when supported by a complete strategy. When you use dating apps alone, you're trying to build attraction, comfort, and interest all through a few photos and messages. That's an incredibly difficult task. But when you actually integrate Instagram into your dating strategy, aka your dating funnel, you solve every single one of these problems. Instagram gives you a way to build genuine attraction, demonstrate your lifestyle and a personality, and create the comfort that makes women actually want to meet you. The most successful men I work with don't choose between dating apps and Instagram. They use them together as a complete dating funnel that consistently produces results. So with the crucial context out the way, let me show you exactly how Instagram transforms your dating app experience and solves every major challenge you're facing. First, Instagram provides the lifestyle context that dating apps can't. You see, dating apps give you anywhere between 6 to 8 photos and a bio to represent your entire life. When a woman matches with you, she knows almost nothing about who you actually are. But when she checks your Instagram, which most women do before meeting anyone from dating apps, she gets a complete picture of your lifestyle, your personality, and your social circle. Now, second, Instagram builds the comfort and familiarity that the dating app conversations can't create. Instead of trying to build rapport through messages, women can actually see your stories, see your highlight, get familiar with your day-to-day life, and they feel like they already know you before they even met. And truth is, this happens a lot subconsciously too whenever they're scanning your profile. Now, this will also eliminate the awkwardness and uncertainty that kills most dating app interactions. Now, third, Instagram provides massive social proof that dating apps lack completely. I'm talking about your follower count, engagement, your stories, and tagged photos that all demonstrate your social value automatically. Women can see that other people find you interesting and worth following, while dating apps provide zero context about your social status or your connections. Now, number 4 is Instagram gives you unlimited touch points instead of just one-time impressions. On dating apps, if your initial messages don't work, then it's simply game over. But with Instagram, you have ongoing opportunities to show up in your feed and stories. You can build interest over time instead of hoping for one perfect conversation. But here's the most important advantage, and that is Instagram works even when you're not actively using it. Your content continues to attract new followers and build attraction while you sleep. Every woman who matches with you on dating apps can see years of content that demonstrates your value and lifestyle compounded over time. So when you build a strong Instagram presence, you're not just creating a dating profile, you're creating a complete funnel that attracts women in through dating apps and channels them to your Instagram, where you can build a real edge over guys who are just spamming her Tinder inbox. Like, I kid you not, guys, I've seen guys go from getting 1 date per month from dating apps to getting multiple dates per week simply by optimizing their Instagram to the complete funnel. Now you might be thinking, all right, sounds logical, but how does this funnel actually look like in action? Well, let me show you guys what the final results should look like. So in short, we start off on the app, we go to Instagram, then we go to number, and then we go to date. So here's how this works at a deeper layer. So when you match with a woman on a dating app, you're gonna have a brief conversation to establish just a little bit of basic rapport, see signs of investment, and then from there, you're gonna move her to Instagram where the real attraction happens and begins. Usually we do this through what I call a compliance test, in which you send out your Instagram and then she will message you there. Now, once she sees your Instagram, as mentioned, this is where she's gonna get familiar with your lifestyle, see your personality through your stories, and overall build more comfort that makes meeting in person to feel a lot more natural. The key here is going to be timing. You don't want to move to Instagram immediately. That seems a little pushy. The sweet spot is usually after 5 to 10 messages when you've established basic compatibility. From there, you can either move to DMs completely, which I recommend because that gets you out of the crowded dating app inbox, or you can ask for her Messenger, WhatsApp, or whatever if you feel that you are ready for that. Now, your Instagram is going to serve multiple functions in this process. First, it's going to pre-qualify you as someone worth meeting. When she scrolls through your content, she's essentially interviewing you without you having to prove yourself through messages. Now, number two, it's going to build anticipation and excitement about meeting you because she can see the interesting life that she's going to be stepping into. And third, it's going to eliminate common objections of, oh, I don't know anything about this person, or maybe we should talk more because you seem like a stranger, etc., etc. Because by the time you suggest meeting, she feels like she already knows you through your content. This is going to dramatically increase your chances of going out on a date, because the number one reason why women cancel Tinder, Hinge, Bumble dates is literally due to the fear of meeting a stranger. But here's what's actually pretty cool too, and that is the dating funnel also works in reverse. Women who discover you organically on Instagram now also become interested in you first, then are more likely to match with you when they see you on a dating app. This has happened to me plenty of times. Now, this will create a compound effect where your Instagram attracts women who then engage with you across multiple platforms. But you have to remember that the key is building an Instagram presence that naturally supports your dating app interactions, rather than trying to use Instagram as a standalone dating platform. Because while Instagram is great at building familiarity and attraction, dating apps are best for connecting with women in the first place. Both play a crucial role. So how do you actually build this kind of online presence? Well, it starts with understanding what women look for when they check your profile after matching with you. And let me tell you, it's not about showing off your material possessions or trying to look like a fitness model. It's about demonstrating that you live an interesting, valuable life that they want to be a part of. This is what converts the hesitant match into the enthusiastic date. Now, more specifically, your content strategy should be focused on 3 key areas, and that is number 1, lifestyle, number 2, personality, and number 3, social proof. Now, lifestyle content simply shows that you do interesting things. So this could be travel, events, hobbies, experiences, etc. For example, instead of posting the gym selfie in the mirror like every other guy posts, you can post yourself going rock climbing, jet skiing, or instead of showing, your expensive watch, show yourself at an event or trying out a new restaurant while wearing the watch. Like, the watch is the accessory. It shouldn't be like the whole entire picture. These activities demonstrate you're growth oriented and have diverse interests. Because let's be honest, when a woman sees this type of content, she thinks this guy actually does cool stuff, rather than this might just be another boring coffee or bar date. Not to mention, posting about your hobbies may spark a conversation with a girl who is interested in the same stuff, which probably is the easiest way you can get into the flow instantly. Now, moving on, personality content reveals who you are through your captions, stories, and the way you interact with your audience. This might be sharing your thoughts on a book you're reading, or maybe a perspective on a current event, or even a thoughtful observation about your day. Now, the key here is showing depth beyond just surface level activities. This is crucial for success because it gives women even more conversation starters, and it helps them feel like they know you personally before meeting you. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't show off your gym progress or your success in general. That's important as well, but rather doing it in a non-show-off type of way, where those things are revealed naturally. You essentially want to display your lifestyle and personality as the priority, because those topics are easy attraction builders compared to surface level pictures that are clearly meant as thirst traps. Which leads us to the last pillar, social proof content. This shows that other people value you and enjoy being around you. It can be anything from group photos with friends at events, tag posts with friends, or even just comments and engagement from your current network. Women want to see that you're socially connected and that others find you're worth spending time with. Now, another way you can subconsciously show this is through your follower count. This is why I appreciate the importance of ratios. You need to have at least a 2-to-1 ratio, meaning that if you have 1,000 followers, you should be following 500 people or less. If your followers are even, or on the worst, if you have a high following compared to your followers, this is quite literally negative social proof, which equates to negative status. Now, I say all of this so that you can remember, when a woman checks your Instagram after matching with you on a dating app, or when you transfer to the next part of the process, she should be thinking to herself, I want to be a part of his lifestyle, rather than this guy is trying really hard to impress women or trying to impress me. Now, here's what's super powerful about integrating Instagram into your dating app strategy, and that is it proves that success in online dating isn't about getting lucky with algorithms or having perfect photos. It's about building a complete system where each platform supports the others. But here's the reality, and that is building an Instagram presence that actually converts your dating app matches requires more than just posting random photos and hoping for the best. You need a content strategy that specifically supports your dating goals and a systematic approach to move your matches through your online dating funnel. So if you are ready to build a complete online dating system that's tailored towards your exact situation and needs, be sure to check out the presentation that I created for you down below. It's called the Romeo Effect. Now, the Romeo Effect is something I've been developing over the past 5 years, where we actually integrate all these systems we just talked about, from your online dating strategy to your Instagram strategy, and building a complete online dating funnel so that way you have no choice but to see results. I'm gonna leave the link down below. Check it out. I promise you it's gonna change your life. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.